This is Prime 1 on 20MB 13 Radio, bringing you all the hits as the world falls apart outside. And it did fall apart, didn't it? Many people said it was going to be hard to believe that things got so bad so quickly. But is it really that shocking? I mean, really? We were listening to the radio hosts that spout off death toll estimates, and they were in the millions. They didn't even react. And somebody asked why. Why were we so lackadaisical about that? And the answer is simple, because we didn't believe it. We never believe this stuff until we see it. Well, here it is. Hindsight is always 2020. National Guards on the streets, people calling for martial law in major cities to stem the tides, while others protest that it can't happen, that no military should ever be walking the streets. Still, that this is all just fake somehow, some sort of government agenda that the locals will handle their own problems that they seem to not be doing a very good job of. What we do know is it's literally not safe to go outside. Shootings are the number one report on the news right now, so much so that most stations stopped reporting them in general. People at first asked if the shootings were warranted. They blamed police, but now nobody's sure anymore. Nobody can keep up with whether the shooting was a real person or just some infected guy. And it happens all the time. People are now actually experiencing these contacts, and it's making them real. And we're starting to get that frantic response that I expect to hear from people that saying, are we safe anymore? And I think the answer is no. I don't think people are caring so much anymore about the situation either. Now it's survival, the survival of the one, the looking out for oneself in the whole situation. And who can blame them? I mean, on the personal front here, I'm already fully remote with a home studio. I'm completely quarantined, bunkered up, and the problem is I don't know how long. How long will this take? How long can the power stay on? How long can the food be here? The water keep running? I mean, we were told a while back that this should just blow over, that they had it handled, right? But I'm not seeing it. National Guard and police sirens, you can hear them. The random rattle of a high-caliber firearm can be heard, and then after commotion, suddenly silence. And I personally think the silence is worse. I think if I did feel safe to leave, what I'd feel safer hearing is that someone out there is fighting. That this silence is not knowing what's outside the front gate. And the silence each day becomes longer and longer. It's become a time when drawing less attention to yourself at this point is what you want. It's the norm. So I'm just keep broadcasting as long as the power keeps flowing and the delivery guys keep driving. We'll keep going. And it's our only lifeline right now. And the truth is I'm not feeling well. There's a lot like me, too, that aren't feeling up to speed. Sitting inside all day, not getting enough vitamin D, I'm sure will do that, but I'm pretty sure there's other things associated with it, too. Stress, issues like that. I mean, there's no doctor to go to. The medicine deliveries ran out days ago. Anything that you have stockpiled is what you have, and it becomes something you don't want to use until you absolutely need it. I mean, there's a hotline to call, but it's constantly busy, and most just say, go to the shelter if you feel bad. Well, I've talked to people that tell me not to go there. that they are just death traps. The putrid stench of death can be sensed for miles around them. I mean, that is if they haven't fallen already to the infected that just eventually overtake them. Many people say that they're just storing them there, and that it comes a point when it's no way to contain it anymore, that it just rumbles out into the area and makes the problem worse. So I don't want to be anywhere near that, and I'm hearing nobody else wants to either. You know, it's getting ever closer. It's becoming more silent and more alone. I think that's the worst, because we know that there are people out there. There has to be. But how do we reach them through our gates? Well, if you're listening, I'm still here, and I'm going to keep playing songs for the end of the world, and they're the songs you can only hear here.
When I'm feeling hungry, I call you on the phone. Your response is cold and heartless, and it chills me to the bone. I want more of you, just to eat you up inside. I'm just a bad girl that wants you for a ride. 'Cause I'm hungry. Can you fill me up again? 'Cause I'm hungry. Just wanna eat up all of your sin. I'm standing outside your house, hanging on your car. You close the door tight, so I'll see you at the bar. Your friends, they want me to, but I push them all away. You're the only I want tonight. Do you really wanna play? 'Cause I'm hungry. Can you fill me up again? 'Cause I'm hungry. Just wanna eat up all of your sin. When I finally feel you break for me, it always makes my day. It means I'll be back tomorrow, because I wanna play. 'Cause I'm hungry. Can you fill me up again? 'Cause I'm hungry. Just wanna eat up all of your sin. 'Cause I'm hungry. Can you fill me up again? 'Cause I'm hungry. Just wanna eat up all of your sin. When I'm feeling hungry, I call you on the phone. Your response is cold and heartless, and it chills me to the bone. 'Cause I wanna play. When I finally feel you break for me, it always makes my day. It means I'll be back tomorrow, because I wanna play. 'Cause I'm hungry. Can you fill me up again? 'Cause I'm hungry. Just wanna eat up all of your sin.
This is Prime One back with you. I guess I gotta do the news now. It appears that China has been very naughty. They've been covering up their infection rates and quarantining people I would say en masse. And the word is it's not working either. There's now large buildings filled with these infected that are literally taking over complexes. I mean, this is a country that already had population problems to begin with, and many people are surmising in a very quick way that this will easily cripple that nation. And this comes on the heels of places like India and Africa reporting massive losses of human life and what they're calling attacks of the dead from their gaunt appearance. It's not just them, it's all over the place, the same kind of reports and the same reporting. In other words, how they talk about the people that are infected. They are not as pulling the punches as most of the radio is on this side of the pond. And look, unlike other channels that will pull your coattails, I'm going to make it simple. I don't want to do that. And I'm not saying these people are undead, at least not in the traditional sense. In other words, if you put a defibrillator up or put a heart rate monitor or whatever, I don't know if you're going to get a heartbeat or not, or what takes over. I mean, a lot of people have talked about demonic possession and all sorts of crazy stuff, and it really would explain why it's very difficult to surmise what they're going through or what this infection is, especially if it's effectively otherworldly. But I do have to say, and I think it's very naive of us not to just come to terms with the idea these people have passed on. I mean, there's been so many variations of derogatory names of the infected. I mean, the truth is, let's look at all of them. They all revolve around the statement of death, or the idea that these people are not alive in, again, the traditional sense anymore. And the surmise is that it kills its victims. That's the infection comes up, it comes to a moment, and it kills them, and then it takes over. And I think that's probably the case. I don't think that anybody out there is going to argue with me that they don't think that that's the way it is. Or, I mean, I'm sure there's variations of that thinking, but the idea of you get sick and you die and then you come back, I don't think many people are going to argue with that. I also think it's why it's so hard for people to determine what they can and can't do when it comes to the moral question of dispatching someone who's become infected. And the worst part of that is we don't have the time to discuss it. I get it that you don't want to kill people in general, or you don't want to kill a loved one, or I mean, there's all sorts of debates that are going on right now. But what debate do you have? It's literally eat or be eaten right now. That's the world we live in. And I think that's what people need to figure out before it's too late. But we here at the station have already, well, actually, I should say me here at the station, have figured out one thing, and we figured out very quickly, and that is the next song on the playlist. And we'll talk to you guys when it comes back.
Something scratching in the ground. You can't stop that awful sound. Do you feel the chill in your bones? Hear those horrid midnight groans? Try to hide in the pitch black night. The cold air chills your bones with fright. Feel that bony finger touch. It digs into your soul. They're back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They're back from the dead. Crawled out from the coffin bed. They're back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They're back from the dead, and they need to be fed. There's nowhere left to run. They're just here to have some fun. It's time to feed the dead, to feast on your fleshy head. They're back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They're back from the dead. Crawled out from the coffin bed. They're back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They're back from the dead, and they need to be fed. Welcome to the family of the dead. The infection you will spread. They are back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They are back from the dead. Crawl out from the coffin bed. They are back from the dead. That's what the preacher said. They are back from the dead, and they need to be fed.
This is Prime 1, and it's crazy to think about how long I have been doing this. And I want to thank those viewers out there that have been listening for so long and have been so important and integral to what we're doing. They've stuck with us when we've literally had some of the worst of the time. Stuff that I really don't share with you guys a lot. But yeah, being at the end of an era of communication. It used to be this corporate mess of stations and money, advertising, etc. I mean, Anderson Shelter Systems. Has it really saved a lot of people? I mean, I think of all the ones out there, they probably did the best. But now it's all evolved from this amateur communication to what we had of, this corporate study. And it appears that we're going back to the old way of communicating, and that's the amateur way. If you haven't considered picking up some sort of amateur radio item, you're about to be left behind. It's the de-evolution of the world. And that's really how it happens, too. It's like Rome. It grows too big, and it gets too out of control. And because these people have been so... You're demoralized as a human being that it can't survive. It suddenly collapses under its own weight. And we're learning very quickly that it's a very bloated system held up by literally telling people to have good feelings about it. And that's no substance whatsoever. That's a house built on sand. When things collapse, it'll go back to one-on-one communication, and instead of follow the leader productions. I mean, let's be honest. The shows we watched were out of touch anyway. They weren't trying to tell us a story. That story was secondary. It was instead made to teach us, dare I say, groom, to stray further and further away from our survival until one day some variation of the dead walking the earth came along and it corrected us on how we don't know how to grow a garden or even can food. I mean, the people who don't have some sort of understanding of power right now, they're completely out of luck. And even if you have a generator, you're on borrowed time if you don't know how to make your own fuel. Here's the thing, take it from me. I know. It was a system propped up by leaders who, instead of leading by teaching people or leading by example, they gave out handouts. And I think that's why people hated the government. And this next song is dedicated to what happens when it all goes away.
Voice of confusion, thoughts intruding, chaos reunion. I am forsaken, I am forsaken. Listen to the rhythm. I am forsaken. Master of delusion, voice of confusion, thoughts intruding, chaos reunion. Forsaken, I am forsaken. Listen to the rhythm. I am forsaken. And the voice inside your head, I am the herald of the dead. Living chaos, my method. On the ashes, I am fed. Feeding on your sorrow, it will lead you to your brain. Stay on this path and it will drive you insane. Join me. Join me. Forsaken, I am forsaken. Listen to the rhythm. I am forsaken.
Prime 1, back with you again, playing the hits. Somebody asked me the other day why I'm doing music when things are literally so bleak. And I'm going to say I think it's what people need. And just hope isn't just hearing a tank rolling into your neighborhood. If you think that's what it is, you're sadly mistaken. You are literally offering yourself up as a meal. Now, it's the war drums at the beginning of an army that is ready to go to war. That's the songs that you're hearing right now. And you might hear that with some of the songs, and that's what you're meant to do. You hear that emotion. It's supposed to power you to want to take action. I mean, look, I got to be honest, and this isn't new information either. You can do this. That shambling horde you see outside is just that. It's a bunch of dead folks. They're only a threat if you let them be. I know you don't have a lot of weapons right now. You're probably tired. You may even be hungry or thirsty. But if we do what we've done for millions of years, when a T-Rex was an actual thinking, breathing predator, then these things should be nothing. We're just letting things be, and that's our problem. The only real problem we have is ourselves, our inactivity. We're making this worse than it has to be. We've been babied, and some of us are starting to stand up. That medium of America isn't sitting down and taking this. There's a lot of people, southern and northern, especially these militias. They're using that radio system that I talked about, and they're starting to push back and organize. They're finding their own problems, but these folks aren't passing the fitness test to get into the National Guard, and they're still doing it. They're still overcoming. They're not going to be stifled by problems. They're doing what they need to do, and they're very supported. I mean, I've said this before. If you wanted an army on my side, it would be thousands of old geezers, these pissed off ex-hunters that are armed better than most standing armies. Guys with night vision, all sorts of upgraded ammunition, guys that have bad backs and bunions, and they just want to be left alone. And when you get in their way, they just want the problem gone. They're not going to tolerate it. They don't have these qualms about what to do and what not to do. And that's not being hyperbolic either. Everyone knows that old grumpy guy that he just knows how to solve a problem. And it isn't about listening to your panty waist solutions. He can't be bothered with that stuff. He is a literal steamroller. He's a death dozer. Put me on that guy's team any day of the week. He'll have us back up for dinner and stogies by 5 p.m. But you know what else? That guy would love this next song.
Start up the engine, feel the thunder, strap on the helmet, time to divide and conquer, time to go to war. The street is hot and black as pitch, pulling out his Screaming for more, screaming for more, screaming for more, screaming for more.
Prime One again. I know I'm kind of a staple here. Anyway, I have a feeling after the next couple of songs that it might still just be me on the station. Just bear with me on it. I know it's difficult. I don't even like hearing my own voice, but apparently some of you psychos really do, and that's good news for me. I am going to suggest something to people in my insanity. I just think it's what, if we don't get this, it's going to be the real thing that takes us down. And that is going to be contact. And I'm not talking about arbitrary thing of touching people. No, the ability to interact with others. And look, I get it. I'm old. If there's one thing I hate, that's dealing with other people in general. I just want to be left alone. I don't want any drama. But I realize very quickly that I'm needing my neighbors now as much as they need me. And I got to put all that petty religious stuff behind me. No more politics. It's not like it exists anymore, anyway. And I just need to be the one. It needs to be a one-on-one and realize what makes a person a person. And that's character. I know we've heard a lot of dissension when it comes to the subject matter, and I get it. You don't agree with people, but when people are eating other people, all that stuff goes out the window. It comes down to what you can do, not your feel-good things, not the things that, I'm a nice person, whatever. You need to have skills and you have abilities, and realize that there are skills and abilities that you don't have. And I used to think that people who wanted an apocalypse were weird. Like, why would you want to break the system down, ruin hundreds of thousands dead? And now I know. It's the big reset button. It tells you who really is the fittest. And I can assure you, it ain't the lady standing out front of her house yelling about the HOA rules. If she doesn't like the sound of your lawnmower at, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, that lady, she was eating on day one. No, it's the people that invested in their community and the people around them. The people that weren't like me. I'd be the first to admit it. We aren't asking just to be, that's all I wanted to do, be left alone. These other people, they didn't want to be left alone. They had no problem connecting with people. Especially those they disagreed with. And by the way, you're going to disagree with everybody. So here's your chance to be that leader and go out and connect with your neighbors right now and learn to enjoy it. Make sure that we start taking care of each other and having other people and knowing how they can take care of others too. And that really does empower people. And maybe it does, just like our next song.
I feel you watching me. I feel you watching You wanna know me from the inside. Just gonna eat you up all the way. Taste you precious, just say I may. I'm not asking anymore. I'm just coming for more. You're standing on my street, clawing at my door. I turn the lights out, laying on the floor. But you won't give in, won't stop if able, until you're sitting at my dining table. Just gonna eat you up all the way. Taste you precious, just say I may. I'm not asking anymore. I'm just coming for more. Street. You see me in my car, you won't eat you up all the way. Taste you precious, just say I may. I'm not asking anymore, I'm just coming for more. Coming for more. Just a little more. You see me in my room, you see me in my street, you see me in my car. You won't stop until it's time to eat. Just gonna eat you up all the way. Taste you precious, just say I may. I'm not asking anymore, I'm not asking. I'm just coming for more, I'm stopping for more. Coming for more. Just a little more. Just a little more. Just a little more.
Prime One, and you know we've been playing some of the greatest hits here, all copyrighted now, I might add. And while they play, I've been thinking about something. Politics. I know it's a dirty word, and I don't think it's just about how we vote either. I mean, let's be honest, very few of you vote for candidates because they're records, so this isn't really directed at the voters. I mean, does that even matter anymore? Most of the votes have been canceled due to the pandemic, but it's more directed at the people that are seeing this stuff as an opportunity right now. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. There's a pharmaceutical company right now trying to find a way to make $1 billion off of the illness or the suffering of others right now. They're going to tell some fabulous stories in advertising that are probably the most beautiful stories told, but it's not made for you. It's made for them. And politics a lot of times has been the same. I don't think it was always like that. I don't think it was just them thinking about themselves. Our leaders may come out of this being even more pure because of what they've gone through. But I hope that they do it from the heart. They do it for others. Do it because you care. Our forefathers risked so much more than leadership will now, even though they're facing a hard battle, let's be honest, and facing very difficult times. And I think very few people want to be the person that people points a finger to when everything is going wrong and can go wrong. If you're going to lead right now, I want you to think about the people you serve. Don't go on some crusade. Don't try to make a name for yourself through some sort of feudal battle. And that's a lot of times what's happening now, or had happened, and it cost people a lot. Don't get all that messed up thinking about control in your system either. It never works. I want you to think of it like this. Put some putty in your hands and realize the more you try to close your fist around that putty, the more you try to control it, the more it comes out. It pops between your fingers and it breaks out. But if you put the right kind of pressure and you mold it correctly, the way the putty wants to be done, it can become a beautiful shape. It can be useful. It can do things beyond its ability, increase its value hundreds of fold. But if you hold it too hard, it just becomes a broken rock.
Was a piece you wanted as you went to war, put on the necks and faces to the floor. Men stood up to decry your hate, but instead you protest and bar the gate. Voices are silenced throughout space. Any dissension must be called, not faced. The one side is talking while you deny the inevitable wave that you decry. Look in the mirror, who's really dead inside? You're just a slave to this cult's pride, a bully that has found a gun, got the power to put good on the run. Your mask finally falls to your feet, showing the ugliness that hides beneath. the upper hand. Unable to see yourself, your hypocrisy. Claiming love made you commit heresy. False gods and false prophets lead by the blind. Advocate for a justice that no one can find. Feeding the fear-mongers as they preach their lies. Only the good are crucified and despised. Look in the mirror, who's really dead inside? You're just a slave to this cultist pride. A bully that has found the gun. Got the power to put good on the run. Your mask finally falls to your feet, showing the ugliness that hides beneath. Remember that crowd cheered Barabbas go free. Jesus was put on a cross, sacrificed for eternity. In the mirror, who's really dead inside? You're just a slave to this cultist pride. A bully that has found the gun. Got the power to put good on the run. Your mask finally falls to your feet, showing the ugliness that hides beneath. Showing the ugliness that hides beneath.
You know, this Prime 1, once again, I know that shouldn't be shocking, but what I've got here, I got to tell you, I've been getting news pretty much constantly here. I received these messages about hospitals, capitals, research, even malls. I don't even know. It's all just pretty much junk. If you live in a farmhouse in the middle of sticks, I have probably heard about you. Wait, in fact, here's one about a bunker in Florida. There's more news here than I can shake a stick at. And I keep thinking to myself, is this what do you want to hear about? Really? I mean, I think some of you might. Maybe even all of you. But it's white noise at this point. And you don't want to hear it like this day in and day out, do you? I mean, maybe you do. But I think you want to hear how to survive, grow food, how to get pure water from condensation, how to make a farm, do something productive to protect yourself, build a bunker, the good stuff. And I just want to let you know that I have none of that here. So that's why I play songs. So here's another. And by the way, good luck on figuring out that water thing.
Thank you, I'd say. Now all I feel is nothing. All my life has turned gray. But I hold on to that last shred of hope, something to show me the way. That from this hate you've given me, that one day I can give it all away. You took a bite out of me and you set me free. I don't feel anything, I don't feel it anywhere. You took a bite out of me and everyone will see. You turned me into nothing and now I'm just like you.
As I feel my life slipping from all that you've given, out of the ashes I've risen to pass on the gift to the living. You took a bite out of me and you set me free. I don't feel anything, I don't feel it anywhere. You took a bite out of me and everyone will see. You turned me into nothing and now I'm just like you.
Prime One here, and I have the best advertising in the world. And you want to know why? Because I'm the only advertising in the world right now. As everything falls apart and these other radio stations fold over because they just don't have the heart. And that's really what it is. It's the heart. I'm going to stick with you, running off of moonshine out of the back of a generator to make sure that I get the word out. And that's how it works. I do have a solar panel that is absolute junk. It'll take 2 weeks for it to actually run one of these shows, but that's okay. I have it just in case I decide to drink the alcohol. So anyway, and just be honest, you're not going to get this kind of nauseating conversation on any other channel, so be honest with yourself. And I want to just say right now what needs to be said, something that everyone is thinking or should be thinking. And this next song goes out to all the significant others right now that are sticking with us through the best of times and through, quite obviously, the worst of times. Those that stuck with us through the thick and thin, those who held us up when we were at our worst. Some I know we've lost along the way, and we need a song to remember them by. These loved ones deserve an anthem. So here it is, and let them always be remembered. And here's to you. I am drinking my fuel right now.
Come on in, my love. Let me take those rainy claws away. You've been running for so long. You need a safe place just to stay. Don't worry, it's not dangerous. In fact, it could be fun indeed. This old worn-out shelter, well, it's all you could ever need. When the world ends, baby, let us sit by the fire, we two, with the electricity between us. We can fuel my desire for you. Outside is bleak and hopeless. In here it's big enough for two. Just sit a little closer. Here's a blanket just for you. You're all I've ever dreamed of. Let me take those fears away. There's enough food for you. All I want is that you'll stay. When the world ends, baby, let us sit by the fire, we two, with the electricity between us. We can fuel my desire for you. Around us and death is at our door, I close the door, lock up the key, and you'll be with me forevermore. When the world ends, baby, let us sit by the fire, we two, with the electricity between us. We can fuel my desire for you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It has been a great show tonight, and I want to thank you all for riding the storm with me. I hope you will remember to smile in the face of adversity. Never give up. And I live by that moniker. Never give up hope. Nobody, and never take it from anyone. It may be all they have left. But here, we're going to make sure you have more than hope. We're going to tell you you can do this. No matter what the apocalypse looks like in your life right now, it's time to stand up and do battle. You are worth fighting for, even if it's just you and you alone. And remember, we'll be walking with you. And you aren't alone, let's be honest, but we'll be walking with you into the breach if that's all you need. And this is the station for you. On to Valhalla. Leave nothing in the tank for the return trip. It's all or nothing, baby. See you next week, you awesome survivors. This is Prime 1. I'm out.
We who hear the void, we who hear the end, we who hear the unknown, we who are devoured by sin.
Once we were great nations, once we were great tribes, once we were one people, once we burned the fires. We rise with our weapons, we rise with the sword. We who are devoured, we pass on this word. We who hear the void, we who hear the end, we who hear the unknown, we who are devoured by sin. Once we were great nations, once we were great tribes, once we were one people, once we burned the fires. We rise with our